So Mark's under the stairs. I'm in my back bedroom, and we've been joined fantastically from who knows where by Lucy Liu, one of the stars in the new movie Stage Mother. Hello, Lucy.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I'm calling from New York actually.
Are you okay? So are you in your house there?
Yes, I'm in
Okay.
my apartment in New
And
York.
and have you been there like forever?
I've been here for the whole time of we started as the epicenter of the pandemic and now we aren't and we are in phase four, which is incredible. So I feel very safe in New York actually. So I know that sounds bizarre, but unfortunately the rest of the country seems to be falling apart.
Yes. Yes, that's also the other part. That's the other part of the story. So how was it for you when you were when you're in the heart of the storm, as it were, and you and your son are there trying to just get through. It's this, we've had the same experience all over the world, but how was it for you, Lucy?
I mean, it was strange because New York is such a fast-paced city. It's packed with people. It's a hub, and it looked like it was something from, you know, it was a set, and everyone had been cleared off, and we were about to film something like a zombie movie because there was no
Mm.
one around. Um, it was really strange. I mean, I took photos every day of the street and from my window. And just as time progressed, you could see that, there were some people and then there was nobody because then we had a lockdown and then there was the marches and of course there was looting and more marches and then things started to sort of open up a little bit. I mean, I love New York. I was born here and I feel like, the governor really handled the situation uh, very smart way. And so we were able to sort of understand how we open up safely. And if it's not safe, then we have to close back up. And, it's a lesson for everyone. It's a learning curve.
Were you in the middle of some? Did you have to stop filming? Were you right in the middle of a project or not?
No, I had finished my project. And so it was actually really good timing for me. I was just going to be home and, I have other projects going on that will be in Los Angeles, but right now, uh, I'm just I'm really not on a I mean, I know it sounds strange, but I'm not really on a timeline right now. I'm just being very I'm sort of going with the flow because every
Sure.
day it's different. And so I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I get frustrated or, um, annoyed that something's not happening. It's, life is going to be different. And I
Sure.
think that's what we all have to face.
So all the movies that we're reviewing at the moment, obviously, were filmed a while back. How we're talking about Stage Mother, which is this new movie of yours. You were one of the stars in this. How far back? Because isn't it Halifax? I think that you filmed this in. But
Yes, we
how?
shot it in Halifax, in Canada. It was a great experience. I mean, I was shooting at the same time. I was shooting elementary, so I was flying back and forth between shooting the show in New York and then flying to Halifax to shoot, you know, the movie. And, I don't know that that would happen again because, probably you have to go into quarantine. But now it's a very different situation. But at the time, I think I shot 21 days straight, just
Wow.
like I did not stop
Yeah.
working and traveling. But I had a great experience. And I'd worked with the director, Tom Fitzgerald, before, who I adore. And I love the character as well. And working with Jackie Weaver was wonderful.
Yes. Okay. So we haven't explained the story yet of Stage Mother. You play Sienna. Um, Jackie Weaver plays this fantastically named Maybelline Metcalf. Tell us the story of Stage Mother.
Well, Jackie loses her. She plays Maybelline, and she loses her son. Um, he dies, and she has sort of been estranged from her, and her husband have been estranged from him because he told her that he was gay, and they sort of did not agree with his lifestyle, and they lost touch. And then she finds out that he has, left his club to her, and she then starts to get to know her son, you know, posthumously through his friends and his partner. And it's it's kind of a comedy and a drama. Just someone who loves her son so much, but sort of lost so much as well, not knowing him because she disagreed with his choices in his life.
And
So
and back home in her conservative town in Texas, I think she's in charge of the church choir. And so therefore when she suddenly inherits Pandora's Box, which is this drag club which belonged to her son, as you say, she then gets to use her skills on the drag queens there. I think she says different songs, same divas, same wigs too. So that's kind of at the heart of it.
yeah, and that's what's wonderful. I mean, she says this is this club needs to be they needs to be amped up if you want it to be successful. And so she puts her heart and soul into it, and then in that she also develops relationships, and she realizes how what an incredible son she had. And you get to see sort of the how she participates and how she mothers all these other people that she's met, who were her son's you know family essentially, because she wasn't there.
Lucy, can I ask you, one of the things about Stage Mother is that it's opening here in cinemas in the UK, because cinemas are starting to open up again. And I just wondered whether, have you had any experience of going into the cinema recently? And do you think it's a movie that needs to be seen with an audience, or do you think it could be watched at home as well?
Well, that's really wonderful that the theaters are opening over there. We I haven't been in a cinema for a long time, um, and I'm not sure how the state of it, you know, th their business is going to be for a while.
I
But
think
we've
tough is
seen
the
how
short version.
I think it's you see it. You've seen how successful streaming services have been in this time, especially, and I mean, it would be fun to watch it with people, absolutely, but I think you can really enjoy it on your own as well, which is the benefit of this movie. And I think in general, in the entertainment business, you can choose. There's so much content now that you can really choose what it is that you know you might want to experiment with. And I think if it's not really a topic or a subject that you might find interesting on a regular basis, because you've paid for a streaming service, you could sort of try it out and see how you like it. I think that's what's opening up things so much now, because people have the time. I mean, sometimes you have the time. I think if you have a child, or, and other responsibilities, it's much more difficult to binge watch. But I think this movie would work either way. But I do think it's an audience pleaser.
Do you think that people's attitude to going to cinema has fundamentally changed through lockdown? I mean, a lot of people have discovered streaming. I mean, I'm a terrible, cineast, and going to the cinema is a really, really big thing. I haven't been to the cinema now for 3.5, 4 months, and it feels really weird. But I have got used to watching stuff on streaming services. Do you think there has been a fundamental shift with audiences?
I think there has. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing just based on the people that I know, and based on if you look at the stocks for the streaming services, they have changed, and I think people have sort of been able to enjoy part of the lockdown, or to educate themselves during the lockdown through streaming services as well, because there's so many wonderful documentary series as well. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert at it, but I do think that the cinema, and the experience that we used to um, appreciate, and that we looked forward to, is definitely going to shift, and that includes live theater and concerts, as well as even graduations and proms and things that that are sort of a pastime essentially for everyone.
When Spike Lee was on the program a couple of weeks back, he said he didn't think he was going to see a sports game or go into a movie theater until next year. So that's obviously the way he's thinking, and I think a lot of people might be thinking something similar. Can I just ask you, just while we have you, Lucy, I saw a video that you were involved with. I think you're the lead person in it, and you're talking about, this is on YouTube, about a surge in hate crime aimed at the Asian American community, and you're the first voice that comes up. And I just thought I'd ask you about that. Has it been a real big story in the States?
I don't think it has been as big as, you know, it has not been highlighted as much. But I think given the president's touting the virus being, you know, almost a joke, like the Kung flu, or that it came from China, or that China shipped it over here. I mean, the lack of fact checking and, you know, ignorant statements like that have, you know, billboarded the hate crimes against Asians. And I find that to be, you know, unconscionable. I don't understand how you can, you know, assume things and then just continue to, you know, to tout that these are facts and to influence, you know, his basic group of supporters. I don't know. It's almost like when you see him out at these rallies, he's doing a comedy show. You know, like he kind of really gets off on hearing people respond to his comments, and then he'll continue to push the topic to get a laugh. And I don't think putting anyone in danger or at risk is something to laugh about. And I find that to be, you know, shocking.
So you basically think the surge in hate crime is largely due to the fact that the president is talking about the China flu?
Absolutely. He has the ability to quell, you know, the violence, and the sort of perpetuating this sort of idea that it was initiated in China, and he doesn't. And even now, when he's doing these talks, he doesn't even include his own task force, like the doctors and the experts. He is just, you know, he wants to be the center of attention. And I find that to be bizarre when you know, people are dying every day from this virus, and from the lack of enforcement.
Lucy, we appreciate the time that you spent with us. Thank you very much indeed. Stage Mother is the new movie where you can see Lucy. What else? What do we see you in next? Once these, hopefully, we move into happier times, Lucy. What's the next thing that's grabbing your attention, that's exciting you?
I'm going to be working on a comedy with ABC, so we will see how that all turns out. Yeah. I mean, I know that I could use a laugh.
That's right. Yes, I think we definitely could. Lucy, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you both very much. Take care.